So good morning or good night, depending on where you are, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude in a Couch. Today I'm joined by the band Neverless. They're a band from Sarasota, Florida that play alternative music with some ska, some punk infused into their sound, and they really are honoring the channel by doing the interview on a couch.
Woo!
So hey, good night, guys. How are you tonight?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So first of all, say your name and what you do in the band.
All right.
I'm sorry. All right. I'm Jake. I play the drums.
I'm TJ. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Corey. I'm a saxophone player, tenor saxophone.
I'm Q. I'm the bass guitar player.
And where's your ska the dancer?
That's
I guess that, yeah.
Yeah, the saxophone. And so, yeah, I know you guys put out a new song recently that I was listening to. It's real catchy, and I want to show the single artwork for that one. The song is called Stuck in Place, and who did the artwork for this single cover?
So Paul King is the graphic designer that does all of our artwork. He's done all of our single artworks, and he's also done a few of our merch designs.
Nice. And it seems like that's a typical town in Florida where your car breaks down and there's only like trees and flatness all around. Or I think I see some mountains in the back on the picture.
Yeah, man, you know it. Everybody's been in that place in their life where they feel stuck or, feel like they could be doing something better. And so that's what the whole song's about, basically just feeling that rut that you're in and expressing it. So yeah, we figured the broken down car does the song justice. I really like the way the artwork came out on this one.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It looks a lot like, that ska punk from the 90s, which I obviously I grew up in the 90s, so I have a soft spot in my heart for that type of music. So for people that don't know Neverless, how did you guys meet? How did you form?
Well, so Corey here is my brother. So around 2018, we decided we wanted to make a band and kind of put out some of the music that we grew up listening to. We wanted to keep true to the sounds that inspired us. And a lot of that has to do with, the crossing of genres. We're all for, switching gears and playing some unexpected stuff. So, yeah, Corey and I formed it in 2018. So Q joins.
Yeah, I joined the band in 2020.
A great year to join.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, this was before the world started getting crazy, and I knew the drummer, and he got in contact with me. I had gone to see the band play actually, and yeah, the drummer was an old friend of mine. Got in contact with me, and he said, "Would you like to come play bass for the band?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely, it'd be awesome." So
nice.
Then I came and tried out, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice. And so yeah, I think that Stuck in Place song has that catchiness to it, and it has the ska infused with the rock. So growing up for you guys, and everyone can chime in, what were your main musical influences growing up?
Jake, you want to start off?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of grew up listening to classic rock, more AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, stuff like that, weirdly enough. So I get a lot of my influence from that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's you can never go wrong with AC/DC.
Right.
What about you, TJ?
So I grew up listening to a lot of punk rock, a lot of skate punk, bands like NoFX and Lagwagon and Pennywise, that sort of thing. That was huge for me growing up. I remember being a little bit of an elitist about it too. I wouldn't listen to much else. And then I got into high school and things really changed for me. I started listening to progressive rock and expanded to some ska and stuff, and that's where a lot of the sounds that you hear come from.
Yeah, what ska bands were you into?
Oh, some favorites. Let's see. Mad Caddies probably is up there at the top. Goldfinger was huge for me. Streetlight Manifesto. Yeah, those were the three big ones I remember binging on.
Nice, nice. What about the little brother, the saxophone player? What did you listen to growing up?
Well, we're brothers, same household, so we kind of grew up with the same sort of music, a whole lot of punk. However, when I got into high school, I kind of listened to a little more indie sort of stuff, a little bit less ska, more kind of, I'd say, not really pop indie, but a little more independent rock sort of stuff, a little more alternative sort of thing. And then of course, a little bit heavier too. I kind of grew a little more broad in the rock genre. I started listening to a little bit of metal, a little bit of the popular things along with some of the, heavier, grungier stuff. And it's kind of rounded off into a sort of, as blended as you can get with saxophone, I guess the best way you can put it.
Yes. So are you saying to me that Kenny G is not an influence?
Yes, I do like Kenny G. I do.
Sometimes, come on.
Tell you
Sometimes you need Kenny G. Like, who doesn't want to like take a bubble bath, put Kenny G,
It's true.
Yep.
unwind from a hectic day? Like it's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing I love more than, sitting in the living room, putting a little, Kenny G, some, soft rock on, and just kind of relaxing, after a long day. It's a really nice feeling. And
Yeah, some Kenny G, some Richard Marx, and just think like you're in the beginning of the 90s or something.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no, but saxophone is an instrument right now that it's everywhere because extreme metal artists are using saxophone in songs, which it was something that was unheard of because you used it, you heard it in ska and some other music, but never extreme metal. But now the saxophone is cool. So
yeah, I used to actually a handful of years ago, right when we started this band, I actually talked to somebody a couple of times about starting a metal band, a heavy metal band with saxophone and trying to incorporate saxophone. Unfortunately, I A, didn't have the time, B, couldn't really think of any good way to do it myself. But after, a little bit of, experimenting and musical creativity, I think that I'd be willing to maybe give it another shot if I had the right opportunity.
he's gonna quit Neverless and join like
no, we don't want him quit mid-interview.
No, Neverless, full gent. No, not at all. No.
What about the basis? What were you listening to growing up?
In terms of influences, my father was in a band with my uncle, and they played all around town. And so I was at the shows watching that, and they played for a long time in a kids band called the Super Dogs. And they would have shows on Saturdays, and I'd get to go to the shows. And it was awesome. So
Did you say kids or kiss?
no, kids band, yeah, for children. So they played
Nice.
songs written for kids, and it was a lot of fun. And they played all kinds of parties and events. So I would just say my father was probably my biggest influence for music. Absolutely.
No, that's nice. Yeah, and good that you got exposed to music early. So you guys listen to all those influences. You have the new single, and you have shows this weekend. You have a show on Friday, I believe, and you have a festival also on Saturday. I have the flyer for the Saturday one. I like it because it looks pretty cool. It looks very punk rockish. It reminds me of a cover of that Blink-182 California album cover.
Yeah, okay. I see that.
Yeah, but we won't tell them, so don't worry about it. So the Neverfest. So you guys are the headliners, correct?
we are.
Yep.
So how did you plan this festival? Let me know how this came into fruition.
Yeah, so we did a little touring this summer. Let's see, we actually just finished up our run of shows. So this weekend we're home. Friday we're playing Gainesville, and then the festival is Saturday. Well, it was originally supposed to just be our coming back party from tour. And it all kind of came together in the right way, so that it worked out that we made a festival out of it. And I got all my favorite bands from around the state. I got lots of other favorites though, not discrediting anyone. But yeah, I mean, the lineup is fantastic for this one. If you haven't heard of some of the other bands on there, you should definitely go check them out. We always wanted to do something called Neverfest. That was kind of a joke that we had towards the beginning, like, oh, you know, one day we'll do Neverfest. And yeah, I think it's kind of come together a little sooner than we anticipated, but we're really, really excited.
So that's in Sarasota. It's gonna be in Sarasota, right?
It is, yeah. It's at Big Top Brewery in Sarasota.
Yeah, Saturday, July 2nd. You know, I see all ages and cover. No cover. Oh, that's awesome. You know, so people don't be bastards and go. You know, just take some money for the beer. I don't know if this happens here, but I'm originally from Puerto Rico, and something that sometimes happens there, if like they'll go to shows and the beer is expensive in the place, they'll drink the beer in the parking lot. Please don't be that guy.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
Right?
Come on, go to the brewery since it's free, and at least have one beer there, and then you can go drink in the car if you want to, but at least have one. But yeah, it's something that they do, but in Puerto Rico, like tailgating, it's a little bit different than in the States, because I've been to concerts here tailgating, and it's like an 8-hour event of drinking and eating. And the time I did it at the end, I really didn't want to see the concert. I was ready to go home, like after all that much like partying and eating. So will there be a tailgate before the concert?
I mean, we'll be out there early if anybody wants to come, you know, grill some burgers with us. We're down.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a summer, like 4th of July weekend concert. Do you have anything like special planned for that concert?
We do actually. So we've just started crafting an acoustic set.
Nice.
And, we've got a couple video sessions coming up that we're gonna do some, you know, acoustic versions of our songs. And we decided that, you know, it might be a good idea to try one of those out here at the festival. So we'll take a little break halfway through the set and kind of chill the mood out a little and do an acoustic covers, or not a cover, it's our song. So we'll be playing one of our songs acoustic.
You're gonna be covering yourself.
We're covering a Neverless song, yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, acoustic, I remember back in the day, Unplugged was huge. Those MTV Unplugs,
Oh, yeah.
where they had the bands, and then they had that slogan that if you couldn't play Unplugged, you could not play. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah, that was kind of like there's some bands like who wants to listen to Slayer Unplugged? Like,
Right.
oh, you and yeah, like yeah, it would be kind of interesting, but it's not gonna happen because they're retired. But yeah, that's gonna be cool. And right now, you got that single out. Are you guys working on a full-length album?
We are, well, not so much a full album that we're gonna drop.
Like an EP?
Yeah, so there you go. We went into the studio a couple of years ago and started what would have been a full-length album. We had 10 songs that we recorded. We've released 5 of those songs so far, the ones that are up on Spotify and all that. And the last 5 we've decided to release as an EP. So that should be coming together towards the end of summer, maybe fall. But yeah, so we got 5 songs just dropped as singles, and then we're doing the other 5 as an EP.
Yeah, a lot of bands are doing EPs nowadays because not everyone has the patience for albums, and like just it wouldn't make sense to release the whole 10 if the already 5 have been out and people have heard them. So yeah, it makes sense. The other 5 songs that are the upcoming EP, what can we expect musically from them?
Well, I think these are going to be a little more experimental to the listeners. The songs that we released as singles were kind of our more straightforward, poppier songs. So these last 5 are going to be, you know, a little more of a little show off of our talent. You know, we're kind of trying to go outside the box. Like I said earlier in the interview, we're all for like hopping genres and trying to mix up sounds. So that's kind of more what you're gonna hear from these next 5 songs.
Yeah, no, I think that's good, and I also read that you like jazz, so experimenting with all those sounds. You know, you're a newer band. I think people are more open now to that experimentation. If like let's say like if you do the change when you have like 5 years in your career, that's where that is where people start like complaining, like, oh, they've changed. Oh, I only like their demo and stuff and shit like that, you know.
Right.
So yeah, no, I really like the songs that I heard so far. So and I talked to Discord Theory too, who are playing that show as well, and they told me, oh, you gotta like if you like ska and that type, you gotta talk to Neverless. So for you guys, if you I did a video a few months ago that it was all about like favorite albums to take to a deserted island. Obviously in this deserted island you have a record player to play these records.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just think that there's this magical island. So if you were stuck in this island and each one can give their picks, what would be your must-take album that you wouldn't live without that album?
Oh my goodness, what a hard question.
I
Anybody?
know it's
Jake, you
I have
got
mine.
one?
Yeah. I have
Go, Jake, go.
I would say my favorite album probably I've ever heard is Take Off Your Pants and Jacket by Blink-182.
oh yeah, nice.
I hold that one very close to my heart.
Yeah, I really like Blink. I love my introduction to that was Dude Ranch and then all of the state, but I like that one as well. You know, I like them. I don't like what they're doing now, but I like the old Blink 182. I wish I said this in the Discord Theory interview that I wish Tom and him would just like hug it out and return.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's a great one. What about you, TJ?
Let's see. So I don't know if I can pick a single album, but I can
Maybe-
get down
Maybe
to
pick 2.
so can I give you 3?
Yes, you can give me 3. Actually, in my video, I did 5. So, but
Cool. Yeah. So let's see. Number 1, I'm gonna have to say RX Bandits and The Battle Begun. RX is a huge influence of mine, and that's got to be my favorite album they've put out. Another would be Oingo Boingo. I'm going old school here.
yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, man. And you know, the albums that they put out as studio releases are okay. I like them, but Boingo Live is kind of a revamp of some of their older material. They kind of did a live album and they performed the songs way differently with a ton of energy. And yeah, that would be another. And then, man, for a third, I'm gonna go cliche and say Dark Side of the Moon. You can't go wrong.
Oh, you stole mine, bro.
You can have the same album. I love Dark Side of the Moon. You know, like I almost everyone likes Dark Side of the Moon. It'd be hard to find someone that doesn't like it, but that's okay. You can pick the Wall
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Animals. That's great too. So okay, so great albums. What about Little Brother Saxophone Player? What would be your take the album or albums, if you will?
I just gotta say, he's not a little brother at all. He's bigger than me. Age, yeah, but look at this guy.
I am.
Oh, but I'm talking.
I'm pretty big. You could call me a refrigerator. But well, first and foremost, Boston by Boston.
Oh yeah.
Titled, great album, fantastic. Other one I love, one of my favorite albums of all time is Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. I like to mix it up a little bit.
Nice. I don't know a lot about Kendrick Lamar, but I know he's talented. But
Mhm.
yeah,
It's very lyrical, real poetic. It's just one of my favorites. It's a real good classical one. And then for lesser known bands, I would say Brighten the Corners by Pavement.
oh
They-
yeah,
I
nice
don't
band.
Mhm.
Yeah, Pavement was a band like they're from the 90s, but they never like broke it like huge. They were more underground. But
Mhm.
yeah, and when the interview first started, I thought you were Wolfie Van Halen at one point.
Van Halen's good too. I'm a fan of Van Halen.
Yeah, but you kind of look alike like him. You can go, yeah, like I'm like, is that Wolf Van Halen?
Van Halen. Huh. I'll take it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's that family is very talented. Everything they do is talented. So I think we have one, and he wanted to say Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, but it was stolen.
Yeah, right. Man. Well, I'm a diehard Coheed and Cambria fan, so take any album by them.
Except the last one.
Yeah, except the last one. Yeah.
You know that I reviewed it, and
The one
some
that just
people.
came out.
You wanted to what?
The one that just came out. You're talking about?
Yes, I did a review with a friend of mine. It's up on the channel, and we did like a joint review. And I missed the prog. There's like the first half. There's so much fucking auto tune that I thought at what song that I was listening to Justin fucking Bieber, and I'm like, come on, Claudio, you're better than this. Like you don't.
I get
Like
it.
he doesn't need the auto tune. My favorite Coheed and Cambria album is No World for Tomorrow. That's
Dude, right? Me too. This guy's so cool. I know, right? You see my arm. I'm all.
Oh yeah. That's the one that they put out in vinyl, I think, last year, and I'm like, I'm getting that one. That's my favorite. But this last one, if I would have to rank Coheed and Cambria, I would put this one at the bottom.
Really? Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm gonna get hate. Even I gave the album a 7 out of 10, and now I'm thinking I was generous. I should have given it a 6.
Yeah.
On repeat listens, but yeah, I've seen Coheed actually twice.
Yeah. Too. So yeah, I'm a diehard fan. It's not even funny. And yeah, I'd probably take one of their records. I couldn't pick. Maybe No World for Tomorrow.
Yeah, the first 4 are great. I actually like even the one before Baxis one I thought was good. The only ones that I would say are the downside are the new one. And what's the name of the one that is not a concept album when they went away?
Color Before the Sun. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, but that one, I think it has a song that I love. It's From Here to Mars. But besides that song, I can't remember any other song from that album.
Yeah, I know. I like the new one better than that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even remember that one, so maybe that's at the bottom. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so being a huge fan, have you read the comics?
Oh yeah, I have, absolutely.
Yeah, you're a bigger fan than me. I've stuck more with the music because I loved comics when I was like younger, but right now I haven't read. So sometimes I enjoy the music, but I know there's like that story. I'm like, and while I was doing the review, I'm like, oh, maybe some Coheed and Cambria fans will be mad that I gave it a 7 out of 10 for the new one. So yeah, that's those are great picks, like that you take to this fantasy island. So do you like on the current tour that you have? Do you have like any funny stories of something that happened on the road, or like good quotes that happen?
What did we do?
Well, let's see.
Well, there was that small Chihuahua. That was the smallest dog I've ever seen. We stayed at this one person's house, and they had a little 2-pound Chihuahua. I think they said a little teacup Chihuahua.
Yeah, they're evil.
Oh, nice. It wasn't evil. It liked to play. It liked to bite too, but it liked to play.
The shorter the dog, the more evil it is, or mad. They have to, since they're so small, they have to do something so so you'll be afraid of them.
Mm-hmm.
we stayed at our friend Byron Sellers' house. He has a band called Indigo Eye. So just shout out to them real quick. Props to Byron for letting us stay with him. I think my favorite moment from tour so far has been, let's see. We played in, I'm blanking right now. Wow. Let's see.
That good. That.
That good, yeah.
Right. I can't think of what the place is called, but no, not Hooch and Hive. It was that place in Miami.
Oh wait, sorry.
Naomi's Garden. was
Oh,
what-
you played in Miami?
Yeah, yeah. And
Ah, nice.
so
Yeah.
we went to the guitar shop down there. It's right in Wynwood. I'm not sure what it's called, the guitar shop. I mean, but it's super cool. They have like old school, like antique guitars, and then they have antique cars there too. So it's
Oh,
cars.
I was in Wynwood this weekend and I saw it. It's a guitar and a car shop. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
super.
Yeah, no, yeah, that Wynwood area is pretty cool, but I've heard that there's a venue there that bands play, even though it's more like a hipsterish kind of vibe down there, you know, in the, you know, Miami is a weird place.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's I'm spoiled. I'm from an island, so that's why I'm spoiled. So yeah, so it sounds like you got the Chihuahua and not remembering what happened. So that's always good, you know, when you don't remember something. That too, I have stories like that. For example, I went to Amsterdam in 2005, and I can't remember half the shit I did. So
Hey,
so
man, live it up.
that's a good thing. So finally, before I let you guys go, so you can go. I don't know if you need to practice more. I was watching your Instagram live for a bit, and you guys were.
All
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I sent you. I left you a message and everything. So if you had to pick, it's gonna be a dream tour, but it's gonna be a 2-half question. A dream tour to go see, and a dream tour for you to perform in. Which one would it be?
Okay, so like the city you'd like to go to most, and then the venue you'd like to go to most. Is that the question?
No, not the city. Like if you had to go on a tour, like to go see a band perform on a tour, which one would it be? And a tour that you would like to be a part of?
Okay, all right. Anybody?
I mean, you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Coheed all day.
Oh yeah, you're gonna say Coheed.
Coheed tour.
And you'll probably be on the tour, and Claudio will come to you and he'll say, "What do you think about the new album?" And you will have to lie.
And I will say, I loved it so much. Yeah.
You'll be like, "Comatose is the best song that you have written."
Oh, dude, I don't think I could even say that. No.
That song there's like really Comatose. Like there's so many songs with that. There's Kill It. I think there's a band that I've interviewed that their name is Comatose, but they're awesome. If you haven't heard them, they're from they're like they play like grunge gaze, so they call like shoegaze with grunge, and they're from Minneapolis. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I that song it's just too cliche.
So yeah, it really is. I don't know why that was a single, but
I don't know either why they released that one as a single, but
yeah.
so yeah, you would obviously have Coheed go on a tour with Coheed. What about the rest of the band?
A tour I would like to see. I'd like to see like a prog rock tour. You know, Primus, Tool, all of them. If they had a tour around, I would probably follow that.
Oh yeah,
what to see.
I went to Tool in February. They played here in Miami, and I can tell you, my mind was blown. Even though Maynard is a dick, you know, he's a jerk. But he's when you're that talented, you can be a jerk. But yeah, the the concert was mind blowing. You couldn't videotape anything until the end because they use like a lot of strobe lights and stuff. So at the end, they're like, "Oh, you can record." I'm like, "Yes, I can record something." But yeah, amazing band to see live. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one.
And for wanting to go on one, I would say a ska tour would be great. Less Than Jake, that'd be cool to go on. If they did that with, is that Rancid up on the wall behind
Oh
you?
yeah, I got Rancid right up there. Yeah.
I'd love to go on tour with Rancid too. If I could do around
Yeah,
the
they're-
world, that'd probably be some great stories.
Oh yeah, they must have amazing stories. What about you, TJ?
So let's see, a band that I would like to see on tour. So he's passed away, but man, I would do anything to see Frank Zappa perform live.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. Just as long as they don't, I hate it when they do those hologram.
Oh, right.
Like, yeah, they did something about Ronnie James Dio. I'm like, who the hell pays to go see a hologram? Like,
Yep. And
that's
then,
just that's distasteful to me. You know, if that is dead, hologram, I'll just watch like a DVD or a concert, but I'm not gonna go see a hologram. Yeah, that's.
I agree with you.
It's just
And what about someone to that you would like to tour with?
To tour with. So I'm gonna have to go with probably RX Bandits. They're just, you know, so important in my musical history and all that. So yeah, that would be really cool to tour with them. I've gotten the chance to meet Matt Embre on a couple different occasions. Super nice guy, as cool as you can be. And yeah, that would be a dream come true.
Nice. Okay, so we have one more. So the drummer, what would your pick be?
To see on tour, even though their last album, couple last songs aren't the best, I gotta stick with Blink-182. I'm definitely
Oh yeah,
there's
you know they're gonna play their old shit.
oh yeah, obviously.
They probably know no one wants to listen to that last album.
Their last album
Take a
just
shot.
disappointing.
Their last album, we can say right here, sucked.
It was pretty bad. It was,
yeah.
it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was too bubble. More a lot of auto tune. You can guys tell that I hate auto tune.
Yeah.
Like if you don't need to abuse it, don't abuse it. Just use it a little bit, but not like that. So yeah, that's a band that you would go on tour with or see or both.
I would see them to go on tour with. I mean, unfortunately, Taylor Hawkins passed away, but Foo Fighters, I would definitely want to tour with. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I've seen I saw Foo Fighters 2 times, and they're so great live, and like I also read Dave Grohl's memoir. It's really interesting book because a lot of memoirs, they're all about like drugs or how many people you slept with, but not that book. That book has like great stories. It's more about music and the people he met. The stories are great. I would recommend it to everyone because it's a different biography, not the usual like, oh, I did so many drugs to kill a horse or some shit like that. So it's a real account, and plus Dave Grohl is a cool guy. That's a guy that I think if I ever get to interview him, I would be like, I'm not worthy to interview you, Dave. But that would be, yeah, those are great choices. So people, Neverless, it's a newish band from Florida. They play alternative rock with some ska and more other elements like jazz. They have 5 songs now. You can stream them, and I think you can buy them digitally too if they want it, right?
You sure can. Yep.
Yeah. And if you want to catch them live, like music is meant to be listened live, especially that type of music, ska music or some ska rock with punk. It's better live to me sometimes that in an album. So see them this weekend. They're playing Friday a show, and I'm showing the flyer again for the Neverfest, which is going to be this Saturday, and it's free, people. So there's no excuses like, oh, I don't have enough money to go. Just go and watch some great bands. The door opens at 4 p.m. So go listen to some cool bands and have some fun. So guys, thank you again, for taking some time to chat with me. I know you're rehearsing for the shows that you have, so it means a lot that you took some time to talk with me, and I really enjoyed the tune. So hopefully when the other 5 songs comes out, maybe I can do like a short, like an EP review or something for the channel.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, thanks
Yeah,
so much.
and you doing the interview on a couch, that was awesome. I'm like, now I gotta put a couch in the ear or something. Yeah, and you guys, if you take an album picture right now with you sitting there, it would be like a Cranberries album cover.
That's an
Okay.
idea. That's an
Okay.
idea.
If you look at the first 2 albums from the Cranberries, both their covers, they're sitting on like couches, and there's a couch in C, and you're like, what is their love of couches? So yeah, that would be like a cool band pick. So again, I hope you guys have a great show this weekend, and keep on rocking. So again, everyone, Neverless this weekend, go watch them, and until next time, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.
All right.